Now, I realize you're a coach, but you've already said you don't deal with like really novice type. I'm just going into throwing.
Yeah, for sure.
But would you advise a coach to most people who want to get serious? Maybe not compete, but they want to turn their body into the peak perfection of what they're capable of.
Yeah.
Would you say get a coach, and how important is it to do your research before getting a coach?
Both are incredibly important. So yes, I would say get a coach.
Definitely.
Like I said, for me, I mean, I did the whole lifestyle coaching thing for a long time. The only reason I've kind of stepped away from it is because the way my business took off with competitors. And I also have a really, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people who are committed to the lifestyle that are serious. I have a really hard time seeing eye to eye with people that give me excuses. So when I was working
with... Is this sounding familiar at all? Like none of this is scripted. This I completely understand, because the moment I hear that, I'm like, wow, it doesn't matter what you're paying me. I don't get paid. I will not trade my time for money. But if I've just wasted my time, and you're telling me that there's some unforeseen variable in your life that's stopping you from achieving, I've already lost interest in you.
And that's just it. I can't pretend to be passionate about helping somebody that literally can't help themselves. And I did it for a long time. And I got to the point where I just said, you know what? I have enough athletes who are serious about this and want to be serious about it, that I don't need these type of people. I don't need to work with these type of people. So I kind of just closed that side of my business. And luckily, like I said, I brought on 2 coaches who I want to help people. So I understand that those people still might need guidance. So great, you apply with me, I read your application, we hop on a call, and I'm very good at reading people. So by the end of a call, I'll know.
They have to apply to you.
So they can apply to any one of us.
Okay.
But what I do a lot of the time is I still get a lot of lifestyle people apply with me, and I'll pass them off to my coaches. Again, for me, it's just one of those things that bodybuilding is my passion. I have some goals as a coach within the sport. I will coach people at the Olympia level. I plan on doing that within the next few years. And to give my time to somebody that, again, is drinking 3-4 nights a week, they just want to be a little tighter, it's really tough for me to do. I don't have the ability, and mentally it drains me more than it helps. So that's kind of where I made those decisions. But like I said, I want to help these people still, because I realize not everyone is me. Not everyone is a bodybuilder. So that's what Ty, Dylan, these guys are here for. And I know there's aspirations of Ty. He's getting to a point where he's getting more and more competitors too, and he wants to also coach fully competitors. So the next step of Miller Elite is going to be growing the brand to a point we also have just a lifestyle side. And we'll have coaches who specifically work only with lifestyle clients. And then we'll have me heading kind of the competition prep side, and Ty and whatnot running that side of things. So that's kind of realistically it. It's very, very, very important, like you mentioned, that you do your research on a coach. I briefly alluded to a conversation where I had a coach, and I mean, it taught me a lot.
You're being polite about it.
I've had many experiences with coaches over the years, but some of my experiences taught me what I would not want to do, what I would not want in a coach, and what I would not want to be as a coach. One of the things we pride ourselves here on Team Miller Elite with our coaching team is the level of detail that we go into. Not a lot of coaches, when you get into the online space, are paying attention to things like training, but when you look at all of the necessary building blocks to build a physique that you're proud of, training is an integral piece of that, not just the food. So a lot of online coaches are just updating diets, doing macros, that kind of stuff. Well, for us, it's like, maybe those guys build your training program too, but a large piece of that is, how are you performing within your training program? So all of my clients, all of Ty's, all of Dylan's clients, you're actually sending us videos every week of your training so we can watch that. Yes, we're watching your execution so we can correct it and make sure you're doing things right. Yes. But I also want to see how hard you're working. Because if I put 8 to 12 reps on your plan and you go to 12 reps and you just stop, well, 12 is an arbitrary fucking number. It doesn't mean anything. That rep range is there as a failure guide. I want you to fail within 8 to 12 reps. And the way that I program is a low volume, high intensity approach. And quite frankly, if you're not training hard and you're not taking your sets to failure, you're actually just not going to change. And if you're under my watch and you're not going to change, I don't want to work with you.
What the hell are you coaching?
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, there's other pieces to this, right? When you go into like the bodybuilding side of things, we don't need to get too far down that road, but you're talking about enhancements. You're playing with somebody's health, right? And somebody trusts you in that realm. And I've done a ton of courses, research, read studies, all this kind of stuff, and invested a lot of time so that I can help people, especially after my own accident. So I can help people and keep people healthy while wanting to go that route. Because without beating around the bush, I mean, you're not going to be a pro bodybuilder naturally. So if you want to be a pro bodybuilder, you've got to be willing and open to take some level of risk. But at what point does that risk outweigh the reward? Yeah. And as a coach, we need to have those conversations with people. We need to educate who we're working with on what they're taking and not just lead the blind. I don't want people blindly coming to me saying, I'll do whatever it takes, I'll shut up, you can just kill me. It's like, that's not really how this works. I'm not trying to kill anyone. And unfortunately, there's a lot of coaches in the industry who do that and that don't, for lack of a term, know what the fuck they're doing. They don't understand what these drugs are doing. They don't understand how to properly look at blood work and read blood work. These are things that we do differently than a lot of people.